Today, I would like to talk to you about a topic that has been making headlines recently, the tax fraud allegations against Todd and Julie Chrisley. Todd and Julie Chrisley are reality TV stars known for their hit show Chrisley Knows Best. They have been in the public eye for several years, but recently, they've been in the news for all the wrong reasons. In August 2019, they were indicted on charges of tax evasion, wire fraud, and conspiracy to commit bank fraud. The charges were related to allegations that they had falsified documents to hide their income and assets from the Internal Revenue Service, IRS. According to the indictment, Todd and Julie Chrisley had submitted fake documents to banks and other financial institutions to secure loans and lines of credit. They had also allegedly used a business entity that was not owned by them to hide their income and assets from the IRS. In addition, they were accused of failing to file tax returns for several years, and when they did file, they allegedly lied about their income and expenses. These allegations are serious, and if convicted, Todd and Julie Chrisley could face significant fines and prison time. The charges of tax evasion alone carry a maximum sentence of 5 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. Wire fraud and conspiracy to commit bank fraud carry even stiffer penalties, with maximum sentences of up to 30 years in prison and fines of up to $1 million. The case against the Chrisleys has been closely watched by the public, as well as by experts in the field of tax law. The allegations are not only serious but also raise questions about the role of celebrity in tax fraud cases. Some have suggested that the Chrisleys' fame and wealth may have played a role in their alleged crimes, as they may have felt that they were above the law. Regardless of the outcome of the case, it is clear that tax fraud is a serious crime that can have far-reaching consequences. Tax fraud not only harms the government by depriving it of much-needed revenue, but it also harms taxpayers who play by the rules. When people evade taxes, it shifts the burden of paying for government services onto others who are following the law. Tax fraud is also a crime that is difficult to detect and prosecute. The IRS has limited resources and must prioritize its efforts to target the most egregious cases. In recent years, the agency has focused its efforts on cracking down on offshore tax evasion, but cases of domestic tax fraud are also a significant problem. To combat tax fraud, the government relies on a combination of deterrence, detection, and enforcement. The IRS has a number of tools at its disposal to detect and deter tax fraud, including audits, investigations, and criminal prosecutions. The agency also relies on tips from whistleblowers and other sources to identify potential cases of fraud. In addition to these efforts, there are also steps that individuals can take to protect themselves from tax fraud. One of the most important is to keep accurate records and report all income and expenses on your tax returns. This not only helps to ensure that you are complying with the law, but it also makes it easier to detect fraud if it does occur. Another important step is to be wary of scams and schemes that promise to help you reduce your tax liability or avoid paying taxes altogether. These schemes are often too good to be true and can lead to serious legal and financial consequences. If you are unsure about the legitimacy of a tax strategy, it is best to consult with a qualified tax professional before taking any action. In conclusion, the allegations of tax fraud against Todd and Julie Chrisley are serious and highlight the importance of compliance with the tax laws.